Hi everyone, I am here today to talk to you about the 2024 interior design trends that we are going to start seeing come to fruition this year. So stay tuned as I walk you through my 4 predictions for the biggest trends of the year, as well as a few practical ways to apply them in your space. So first of all, we're going to start seeing a lot more personalized and expressive elements in the home. Now what this means is we're going to start to get away from the mundane grays, whites, and neutrals that we saw in the early 2020s, and we're going to start seeing much more expressive color, pattern, and even things like art pieces, rugs, pillows in spaces. I'm really excited about this because color brings so much to our moods and how we feel every day. So stay tuned for more information about how to incorporate that into your space. Next, we're going to start seeing more sustainable and eco-friendly materials used. Now, what this means is that you're going to start seeing different materials in the products that you're already purchasing. So chairs, wood, even glass are going to start having different ingredients, if you will, to make them up. Those ingredients are going to be more sustainable items that you can look out for if that's a goal for you in 2024. Number 3 is that we're going to start seeing an uptick in more multifunctional and modular spaces. Now, we all know that open floor plans have been popular for quite a few years now. We're really seeing an uptick in families and even just single people or couples who really like the idea of having an open floor plan so that they can feel like they're engaged with everyone in their open living space and not having walls and doors separating them. While that's been a trend for quite some time now, we're going to start seeing more modular pieces and multifunctional pieces used within this space. Now, modular usually means something that isn't fixed. It can be moved around. We see it used a lot in sofas or sectionals. You'll purchase a sofa and the pieces will actually be individual. So you can shift the shape of your sectional as you need. We'll see this a lot with families. If they are hosting or having guests over, they can kind of rearrange their space to make it feel a little more welcoming, make it feel a little more casual for movie night, things like that. And then we're also going to see an uptick in furniture pieces and spaces that can be used for more than one purpose. Finally, biophilic design is something that has been around pretty much since the COVID pandemic in 2020. Biophilic design is simply a fancy way of saying that you're bringing the outdoors in. So you're incorporating plants and greenery and any elements really that make you feel like you're more in the outdoors. Biophilic design also has a huge effect on how we feel because we're meant to be creatures that are outdoors, and being inside all day long has really started to give some wear and tear on people. So we're seeing an uptick in this trend because of that. A few ways that you're going to start seeing this come to life is through more incorporated greenery like plants, and even more incorporated colors like greens, blues, yellows, those colors that feel like nature. Okay, now I want to talk to you about how you can begin to apply these trends in your space as soon as today. So starting out with personalized and expressive decor. Like I mentioned, we're starting to see an uptick in more color, pattern, and personality used in pieces throughout your space. The best way that you can begin to incorporate this is by eliminating more store-bought looking art and beginning to incorporate in more custom pieces. Now, this can be done by a custom artist. It doesn't have to be anything really expensive, but start looking at local artists, local art stores, and local art shows to begin incorporating more personalized pieces into your space. A great way to do this is to find a boring, mundane looking wall in your space and figure out what you might be able to do to dress it up a bit. That could be adding a wallpaper, simply painting it a bright, fun color, or adding a 3-dimensional texture. You could even add tile or another fun wall covering. Use this to express who you are and what your style is. Next, sustainable and eco-friendly materials. So you don't have to go through your space and get rid of anything that's not sustainable. The best way to begin incorporating this is when you're shopping for new materials for your home, begin to look at what items are used to make that product. There are a few key items that you can look for that are going to be your really high sustainable, eco-friendly materials. If those are in your item, it's probably a safe bet that it's an eco-friendly choice. As with anything, any product that says recycled or upcycled is also going to be a good bet, because that means that even a part of that product has some sort of recycled material in it. Another way to incorporate sustainability into your home is by looking at products such as bamboo or sheep's wool that are simply a much more natural way of growing product. Bamboo and sheep's wool are both great options, but there's a plethora of other choices that you can use. Bamboo can be incorporated in any sort of wood elements, from tables to chairs to flooring. Even your window shades can be made out of bamboo, and it's going to bring a light color palette and a nice texture into your space. Next up on our list, we have multifunctional and modular spaces. One of the best ways that you can begin to make your space feel more multifunctional is simply by buying pieces that have more than one purpose. Sleeper couches are a great example of this because they serve the function of both a sofa and a bed. Another great example of this can be a coffee table that extends upward to serve as a dining table, especially be practical in a smaller space like in an apartment or a smaller home. The next way you can incorporate multifunctionality into your space is by beginning to designate zones. Do you have an open floor plan and everything just seems to be one big space? Start to divide it up into smaller zones by adding rugs, light fixtures. Even the positioning of your furniture can help to designate what zone is what. Lastly, biophilic design, bringing the outdoors into your space. The three main ways that we see this done are going to be by incorporating greenery. That can be plants, it can even be the color green. Bring it in somewhere into your space. You can also do this by maximizing your usage of natural materials. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go redo your floors, your walls, or even your furniture. Simply start to bring in smaller decor pieces that incorporate natural materials. This can be simple baskets that are made out of wood, or pillows that are more of a rattan texture, or even vases that feel like a natural clay. Those are all great ways to start to bring that natural feel into your space. The last way and the best way that you can do this is by increasing the amount of natural light in your space. Natural light does so much for our behavior and our moods throughout the day. The best ways and simplest ways that you can do this is simply by raising your window coverings in the morning. If you're somebody who struggles to do this, a great solution is to incorporate smart devices that automatically will raise and lower your window coverings based on the time of day. That means that they can go up first thing in the morning and they will automatically go down in the evening. That way you don't even have to remember to do it, and you can get all the benefits of natural light. That is everything that I have for you today. I hope that you learned something about the upcoming trends of 2024, and I hope that you're just as excited as I am to see these trends come to light. Stay tuned for more details, and we look forward to an exciting new year.